dedicato la mia vita ai momenti più felici, ad inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, facci gridare ancora, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Quanti viaggi con gli amici, tanti posti sconosciuti, tutti uniti innamorati di un sogno. Canto sempre con orgoglio, anche quando sono stanco, mai nessuno può distruggere il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to
Present.
present John Kunsaduka and alongside him Brian Dorr.
Great.
Let's give them both a big round of applause.
Good job, Ariana. Excellent. Thank you for that introduction. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new Staten Island Soccer Report. We're coming to you live tonight from Studio A. Brian, we're back in the big studio. I tell you, it felt like those 2 months were forever in that
I
small
planned my
studio.
comeback just in time, not
Yeah,
being squished into that room.
Ariana, thank you again for that, Ariana. That
job,
was
Ariana.
excellent, okay? All right, as always, we'll talk about what's going on locally. But before we get into that, I just want to thank our Pacini's Pizzeria and Restaurant tonight for the food. They fed everybody here at the studio, crew, everybody enjoyed the food. So that being said, Pacini's, thank you. And we'll get right into it. What's going on locally? As always, you're the lead with the travel. There's nothing really going on with rec soccer right now.
No, there's not much really going on with travel. We're getting ready for home openers for everybody. I know that some boys teams, Fast Silver Lake and United, I saw some girls teams yesterday. I was at Owl Hollow, so there was some games going on.
Good.
All over the place. So I know there was at CSI, they had games from people I was speaking with. So we're getting ready.
Okay.
Our teams that we have interest in, the Fire and the Freedom, they're set to start April 3rd.
Yeah, we had, the Fire had a friendly in Jackson, New Jersey last weekend, right? I think the game, I didn't know anything about the other team. I think the game,
Yeah,
I didn't know anything
much
about the
the
other
team, but just from what I could
game,
gather,
I didn't know
they
anything about the other team.
they play in MOSA, which is Monmouth Ocean Soccer Association. They're if I'm not mistaken, they were their premier level team. We went down there, playing 11v11 again,
Right.
just starting out,
Right.
finishing off of the Manhattan, and we'll get into the Manhattan kickoff classic that the Fire participated
Right.
in. And, we rolled right into it, another 11v11. Girls actually played really well. They played, that was a full-sided field. There was no shortness about it. It was a full-sided,
Right.
it was a football field.
Right.
And they were running up and down, holding their own. All the girls, and they played really well, getting ready for the season. And now they're up in Wagner.
Let me just touch on the most recent, like the friendly against, in that New York Open, was it the New York Cup?
The Manhattan.
The
That was the Manhattan
the
Kickoff
Manhattan
Classic.
kickoff.
Yes.
I mean, in that tournament, they played pretty well. I think there was one game that we should have won,
And that was
Right.
the first game.
and that's the game that cost us from getting through, I
Yes.
believe, right? But they
Yes.
dominated the game, and the other team scores a
Well,
goal.
typical anything.
That-
That's why they play the
I
game.
can't stand seeing
You're playing hard. You're playing hard. You're doing everything right. Your defense. And all it comes down to is one ball, one shot.
one breakdown
That's it.
on our end, and they
was
put it in.
A little defensive lapse.
Yeah,
And we couldn't clear the ball out.
and that
And
pretty much
and put
cost
the ball in, and that's it. That's what stopped us
them. Okay,
from moving on. But that's nothing.
the whole picture, that whole weekend, it was a good 3 games, right?
Yep.
They played well, and, because you look at the whole picture when it's all said and done. And all right, so then moving fast forward to this past weekend, last weekend, I mean, I thought they played an excellent game on another 11v11.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll mention that Gabriella, my personal, I think she's coming around a little bit,
Well, listen, you're going in, you're opening up. Some kids play 9v. We played
Right.
9v9.
Yep.
We're gonna play 9v9 again.
Yep.
In this, it's a little different. You're not used to it. We play 11v11. It opens up the field a little
opens
bit
up.
more.
Uh-huh.
You get to stretch the legs out a little bit more, a little bit more space.
Yeah.
You take what they're coming out of a gym, and in a
Yeah.
gym you got there's no forgiveness in
Yeah.
time. You got to be quick with the ball.
Right.
So they all opened up. Gabriello, opened up very well. Open a lot of just free reign running, and the whole team played really well.
I thought it was a great game for the Fire. Definitely was. Sabina scored a goal, right? I mean, it's safe to say not one of the top players, right? Her, Gabriella
scored.
Gabriella C. not being one of the top players, putting the balls in the net. I mean, if you're a coach and you got your secondary, so-called secondaries, I don't want to label them, say, putting the ball in the net. What's that got to say?
That's
And
a good thing.
Right. Once you got your top players putting the ball in, and then they come in and score.
Right.
Who's
that's
gonna
the whole
stop?
thing. Once you can start replacing your starters
Right.
with equal
Equal
ability.
substitutions.
Right.
Right.
You get in there and you're not
Right.
losing anything.
Right.
It just makes that team much stronger. And
Right.
this team is strong.
Right.
It is a strong team. They showed it. They played against teams that at the Manhattan Kickoff that they lost to at the Columbus Day tournament that you were out in
Right.
in Northport. The team we beat a team 3-0. We
Yeah,
lost to them 2-0.
Right.
We beat another team.
Yeah, and I
And
think
that's a big indicator of where the team's going.
since I've been here, I don't think the team hasn't gotten beaten, like shelled,
No.
like outscored by 4 or 5 goals.
No.
I think the losses that I've seen were mistakes that they caused. A
Right.
lot of defensive mistakes.
Yeah.
That's from what I'm seeing.
And it happens. You look at it and listen.
You learn
It
from
happens. And as you grow and play more talented teams,
Yeah.
that's your learning curve.
Right.
As you play those talented teams, those little mistakes that used to be able to get away with, they capitalize on,
Right.
and they're learning from it. I mean, they played that team, that 11v11, and we walked
Yeah.
away with that 4-0.
Yep.
And the other team was hardly in
Right.
our zone.
Yeah, that tournament we had a couple of shutouts, right? They had 2 shutouts,
Yeah, 2 shutouts.
and they lost the first
Right.
one.
I'm trying to think.
I think maybe one. At
Yeah,
least
2
one.
shutouts.
Was it 2?
Yeah, we lost the first game 1-0.
1-0, right?
And then we wound up shutting out
It was 2 games, right?
the other 2 games.
So, I mean, nothing but high hopes for them going into the season now in Division 1.
No,
I mean,
there's nothing but high hopes. This is
Right.
it. This is where they start showing what they have, and they have it, and they're gonna be there. I mean, I looked through the roster already. The schedule. I
right.
seen it. I looked at teams. That's just what that's just me. We start off on April 3rd.
all right, so what happens now? Let's just stick with the Fire for a few more minutes. What comes out of winning a Division 1? Like, what do you take out? Where do you go after winning
I
this
can
division?
tell you this right now. In the spring, in New York Premier Division 1, you win your division,
Right.
you get an automatic bid to the regionals.
Okay.
That's just
That's your reward.
that you get to the regionals.
Okay.
Now, again, you can stay and play it again in the fall.
Right.
But the next step after this is not New York Premier, it's National, it's
National.
MPL, National Premier League.
All right.
That's the next, at the phase they're going, that's the next one we're going. That's this, it's
That'll
still
be-
part of U.S. Club.
Right. It's the
But
top.
it's the MPL. That's the next step you go. And of course, like at anything, you got it. You got Division 1, Division 2.
Right. Okay.
But we're in Division 1 now, and we go and win. They
Well,
advance to the regionals. At least a shot to get to
They
play at
gotta
the regionals.
they gotta stay they gotta stay in Division 1. There's no turning back. I think. You know.
Yeah, there's no. Now it's this is where you got to finish in the in the area to keep you there. Don't allow them, because it does work. They do relegate.
Right. I'm sure they do.
We got promoted.
Right.
We were in Division 2. We
Right.
finished second. They
Second.
promoted us up. So they will relegate you if you depending on your record.
Okay.
But this team, and I've been with them since the beginning.
Yep.
This team is really on the precipice of exploding.
Okay.
It really is.
And they got the plays. They definitely do. And you've been, like you mentioned, from the start. So you've seen the development, right?
Oh yeah,
of,
no, it's
of all
there.
the players.
It's
right?
definitely there.
All right.
They play well together, and now you mentioned it, Gabriella, Sabina.
Yeah.
Things starting to click in with the subs, with the substitutions. I'm not
Right,
going to call the
substitution, right. Yeah,
substitutions, where now they're if they're doing. Hey, listen, we can relax for a little. They can still do the job. It just
Right.
makes you that much stronger.
Yeah. Elizabeth, I noticed another player. I'm sure she's new, right? First year.
Oh, Isabella?
Isabella, I'm sorry.
Isabella, yeah.
right? She's on defense.
She's a defensive player. She's
Right.
All these kids played, and they're stepping up.
And they all played minutes, big minutes,
Yeah.
and they're friendly also.
We all played. They all had they all played well, and I'm truly excited about looking at where they go.
If there is a negative about this schedule, we got 6 games on the road and only 3 at home.
Well,
I know.
we could bring that up
I know.
and talk about a perfect
Yeah.
forum for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Miller
Miller.
Field doesn't open up until April 24th,
jeez.
which is a problem.
Yeah,
A problem for everybody,
Yep.
not just Silver Lake,
yeah.
not just the fire team. It's a problem for everybody. I read something on Staten Island Youth Soccer League's website. Their schedules are being rearranged
Yes.
because
They are.
that's not happening. That's just inexcusable. They don't do anything to the field to prep it. They don't go and replant
They
seed.
just set a
don't-
date and that's
and
it.
that's what their date is. It's usually the weekend after Easter.
Yeah.
So now it's an early. It would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect.
We
but
do
Yeah,
sometimes we do get the ability to maybe get Owl Hollow, but
yeah not
United.
yeah.
Well, they do. We can get that. We can play that small-sided field, but we get beat to the punch all the time.
Right.
And United's there. The games were all booked already.
Right.
And unfortunately,
I'm
it
sure they
works
could have
out.
squeezed in a game or 2 over there.
Well, it
You
depends
know,
on
don't forget you got
times.
lights over there too.
but you got to
Yeah.
look at it.
Right,
But
yeah.
the bottom line comes down to,
Yeah.
and the sore point, Miller Field.
Yeah.
Miller Field is the problem.
Well, hopefully things will change in the future with this.
I hope
we need
so.
we need fields on the island. We need more fields anyway.
And that's the issue with it.
The Arthur
but-
Kills, no?
They're supposed to, huh?
Yeah,
They're
I heard I saw
supposed
some
to.
kind of proposal where they were going to put soccer fields over there.
I know there's supposed to
Yeah.
be a field going at that Ocean Breeze Center
Yeah.
on Father Cap, but 1 or 2. And that's,
Well,
but 1 or 2 more, but it all comes down to who's running
yeah,
the permits.
the city's
And the
probably-
city will run the permits, and then who do they give them out to, and who gets them, and that's what
What about by that track stadium?
that's the one.
Oh, was
that's on Father Capadano.
inside in
No,
in it.
that's
Not in it.
strictly a hydraulic
Sure.
track.
Oh, okay. All right.
That those tracks go up and down. It's track
All
and
right.
field, but yes,
All
we
right.
have to drive out to Long Island, 6 times out
yeah,
of 9 games.
right. I'm over
I
it
get
already.
it,
I'm over it.
but
So I just wanted to mention it.
it
yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a commitment regardless. Look, you got 3 more games on the road, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So, but last season I thought the schedule was in our favor with the cup games.
It has right.
It
Well,
was
we got
pretty-
lucky. We had
right.
some. We didn't
So-
have to travel as
so
much.
So
It
whatever.
gives and takes. I mean, same thing happened with my team, the U9 Freedom, the girls. Our first 3 games were away in
Okay.
Jersey. Then
Yeah,
we got
because-
strung together 5 home games or 4 home games in a
Right.
row.
Right.
Okay,
That's
you
how
make
it's-
it up there, and but sometimes it just doesn't work, and it's where the way you schedule with club soccer is a lot different. You have to, everybody has to be
Both coaches have to
agreeable on what is going
right.
on. And unfortunately, nobody likes coming over and paying the $16 over there.
And I can't blame them coming over to Miller Field too to play. You
Right.
know? All right. Since let's jump right over to the Freedom.
Freedom.
Do you wanna break some news here? I mean, I know we spoke briefly about it last month, but do you wanna announce anything?
It's not really much to talk. That I now took over the team as head coach.
That's a good.
I'm working with
announcement.
Russell Javier, who's the assistant coach.
He's
He
your
was
assistant.
the assistant
Okay.
coach. And we'll basically keep, just going to take care of the team
Okay.
through the spring. We are holding open tryouts.
Right. Still okay.
Right now, you could check out our Facebook page. It's Silver Lake SLSA Freedom.
Okay.
Check us out there. You'll have contact information. U9 girls, we started practicing. We'll start practicing Wednesday up at Wagner, as does
right.
the Fire.
Okay. So.
We're Wednesday this week, and then we'll be there until we get out to Miller Field. But,
Okay.
We'll run the team, run it. We're playing. We open up April 3rd and playing in Northern Counties.
All right.
We just finished a tournament. The weekend actually, the weekend of our friendly with Fire,
Right.
we were at Hoboken. You want to talk about a facility?
Right.
This in Hoboken, it's Skyline Tournament. We played 4 games.
Vincenzo.
They finished second.
Yeah.
Played teams U10 because they just mix. At that
Right.
point, they don't have enough. They finished second, but the facility was a full-sided soccer field, smack dab next to the Hudson River,
right.
with the city skyline behind it.
Nice.
They turned it into 2 small-sided fields.
Okay.
Right next to it, it's actually it's Sinatra Park.
Nice.
Is where it is.
Right.
They have a a full-service restaurant, concession stand right there. It's an amphitheater. But at night, the lights came on, and the girls are playing, and you look up, you got the Freedom Tower,
Right.
and then the Empire State Building all lit
Right
up, and this is what you're playing on.
Right. Nice.
And we actually are playing a game there again.
Okay.
So that's a facility.
Try to get the Fire over there.
Well, we don't play in Jersey.
Right,
That's what
right,
it is.
yeah.
It's there, but so we're ready. We're excited.
Let me ask you something. I'm hearing some conflicting reports. Where's the competition better? Is it New
Depends.
Jersey?
It depends on where you
It
go.
really does depend, right? You can't just say Long Island is better than Jersey. Flat
No,
out. You
it
can't just
depends
say
on
that,
you
right?
know.
Depends on the league, right?
We have teams, and I can only speak of Silver Lake because that's what I know.
Right.
We have teams that play in New York club soccer,
Okay.
where we play New
Right.
York Premier. We have teams that play in Jersey.
Right.
We have teams that play now again another form of Jersey, but they play, which is part of the Eastern Development Program. That's another league. They play in MAPS. That's the lower, it's EDP and then MAPS, and you work your way up. So it depends on where you go. And that's exactly it.
Yeah, I'm sure Jersey's got some good clubs. Yeah, they have
And then
to.
you could play MPL.
Right.
And then MPL has teams from Jersey, from New York. So
All right, I think we got a caller on the line, Brian. This might be the usual spot.
Hey, Johnny, how are you?
All right, Vincenzo. We got Vincenzo Torzo here, Brian.
Hey,
Thank you for the
Vincenzo.
invitation.
Vincenzo, what's going on?
Well, Brian, you on the air?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm telling you, excellent job on your team, especially by the 2 coaches.
Well, let's see.
Thank you.
Let's first let everybody know that
Yeah, we didn't get into that.
we didn't get into that. We'll mention it right now, real quick, Vincenzo. Go ahead,
Thank you.
Brian.
Thanks to Vincenzo, the Freedom actually was able to go into Brooklyn and play a little scrimmage against his select team. A very well played game. Unfortunately, we lost 1-0, but it was a hard fought game.
Yeah.
Very well, and I have to say, Vincenzo and his organization run a really great program.
Yeah.
After you telling me what it's about and how it's really great, seeing everybody there playing, and we were just happy, thankful that you let us come down and play, and it was really fun.
It's always a pleasure, a team from Staten coming down, and it's a good learning experience from both sides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, it was really fun. I even like that you brought out the magic spray. Made me feel like I was
Yeah.
overseas.
Well, you know,
That-
when the kids fell down,
I
we
gotta
figured, you know,
He's had that spray for 30 years.
we never used.
No, you use it, but you keep on buying it. I don't even know where they sell them anymore.
I didn't think I was afraid to spray it on the kids' arm.
If I remember correctly, Toto Calcio on 18th Avenue and 77th Street. That was
Yeah,
the
they-
last.
they-
That was the last place I know that sold it. But then they've been gone for 20 years.
Now you have to go to a sporting store. You know.
Yeah. So Vincenzo, it was a great night. You know, just
I'm telling you.
forget
they-
about
they-
the score. You know, the back and forth. We had some goal posts. You know,
and
stuff
then,
like that.
The referee was ready to go on a penalty shot.
I wanted
Yeah.
the game to go longer. I always want games to go longer, so that's just me. Yeah.
Now you tell me it was his idea to go to penalty shots.
No, I said. Well, I went to Vincenzo. I said, what are we gonna do 0-0? We can't have it end 0-0. We need some goals.
Right,
You know, so maybe
right.
the penalty kicks. But it was a great game.
No, it really was. It was fun.
Hopefully, you guys could do it again.
The only thing,
No.
Johnny, we were running a little bit behind schedule, so we had to cut some of the part of the sermon. But the idea was the kids,
Yeah.
they learn,
Yeah.
and believe me, everybody says, let's do it again. Even some from Brian from your team, some of the parents.
Of
they said,
course.
Wow,
Yeah.
we like this, you know. It's all right, you know, as long that it's a mutual feeling that maybe you guys the next time. We're always available for this type of activities.
No, it really was a fun night. You know, it just even sitting there beforehand, Vincenzo, and watching the the other games, watching the boys play. It's really nice to see what you guys do there.
Yeah, that's all they got. Vincenzo, for that area, which is what, Bensonhurst?
Bensonhurst.
What is it, Bensonhurst
Benson,
mainly?
it's more.
Well,
more-
that's all they got as far as soccer goes in that area, unless they want to go to travel. But
No,
right.
Intramurals, I believe there is another group in Brooklyn, it might be Hazel or something,
That might
but
have been
in
easy.
that area,
but that,
we are
in that area, right?
intramurals, teaching the kids the game, their passion, the love,
Right.
discipline, respect, sportsmanship, fair play. That's what
That's where
we
you
are
teach
teaching the
them, right?
kids, and do good in school. Soccer helps them to get better grades and everything else. And then if parents are ready to go traveling, they have to make their decision. We don't make for them.
Right, of course.
Right.
Okay, Vincenzo. So let's move on. And what's going on in Italy? Serie A. You know what? Let's go. Let's start with Serie A B first. Okay, we'll start with Bari. Another big win for them, 2 in a row.
Well, John, that means playoff. They still into the playoff spot.
Yeah, they jumped back in to number 6 now, so they're in a playoff position. That doesn't mean anything because the season doesn't end till late May.
Yeah.
So
I
we got.
think they need to recruit a U.S.-born
Yeah.
keeper to come out there and
No
play.
way. Yeah, well, I'd put. You know what? I do it for nothing if they call it. But now I'm not. I don't think the keeper's the problem. Well, let's see what happens. Now we gotta. In my mind, they gotta build. They gotta continue to build off of these 2 victories. You know.
Every game, once you get a winning, that's contagious.
Right.
Otherwise, if you start winning, now you're gonna keep on winning.
Vincenzo, once, as you know, there's a lot of fans on my Facebook page there, and they weren't happy. They're not happy with this team before the 2 victories here the last 2 weeks. They're starving to see this team move up to Serie A. So hopefully, again, make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah, Johnny, if Bari makes the playoff, you're gonna see the stadium
Full.
100% full.
You know what, Vincenzo? Again, they have to get a couple more wins together. 2 wins. 1 loss. If they lose next week, they're back out.
And
You know,
I mean,
Teams will jump ahead of them.
I hear some.
Yeah. He's got that.
My phone, John. Fix your phone.
All right. So again, Vincenzo, they got to continue. They're winning, or at least just getting points. Yeah, Vincenzo, if you're next to a television, maybe step aside. That might be the feedback.
No, I'm in the kitchen.
Oh,
no,
you got.
TV,
You,
no
So you don't got a TV in the kitchen?
No, I'm an old-fashioned guy.
Okay, Vincenzo, Serie B, let's hope to make the playoffs. What else is going on in Italy? Because I know you keep track.
I don't know if you guys saw the game last week, Bayern Munich against Juventus.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Tell you, that game was,
You had to bring that one?
Why are
up?
you talking about that?
If you have a weak heart, don't watch the TV.
Yeah.
Vincenzo, the last I looked at it, Juventus was up 2-0. When I checked it again, it was 4-2. And I didn't even know what happened. I didn't even want to know what happened.
Well, sometimes one goal, you could go a swing like a stock market. You could become $1 billion team, or you could become $1 million team.
Right.
Because if they went, one of the goals they went to score was disqualified because they say it was offside, but it was not really offside. So if the goal counted, 3-0.
Right.
The game.
If
Yeah.
Juventus scores a third goal,
Who knows what happens?
I think that. But anyway, Johnny, in Italy, of course, Juventus is still leading, but Napoli is still there.
Napoli's not going away. Right, they're not going away.
Juventus, when they play each
3
other,
points.
anything could happen. So it's still a
Well,
fight.
well, they're not playing each other anymore. They played twice already, right? Juventus, Napoli. They're done.
I have to look at the schedule, but I know it's still another 2 months to go.
Well, yeah, they finished somewhere in early May because of the Euros this year. So
And so Roma is doing good though. So the first Champions League, you're gonna have Juventus, Napoli, and Roma, and then the other one, Fiorentina, Inter, Milan.
Milan.
Slowly, not but they are in the Europa qualifying.
Vincenzo, tell me about Sassuolo.
Sassuolo. I mentioned on the last show that I
Right.
went on.
Yes.
Is probably the only Italian Serie A team.
Mhm.
They have more Italians.
More Italian
more
players.
Soccer players. Right? You have at least 10 players are born in Italy, and maybe one guy outside. Every other team, you have at least 5 or 6 players. So if I was Conti, I would call Sassuolo to play for the national
Well,
team.
you know what? I did see that, Vincenzo, that he did call up a player from that team. Francesco, we're gonna go over that. But so what do you make out of them? Is he still on the line?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still on
Okay.
Sassuolo.
So what do you make? I mean, they Serie B last year.
No, Sassuolo have been in the Serie A a couple of years now.
Okay. So
Yeah,
they're
the one that you may- you
but
don't
they're in
count
number
it.
7, Vincenzo.
Yeah, Sassuolo every year they're there, and like I mentioned before, you have this guy Sansone, Berardi, all the young players coming up. Last year they had the player from Juventus, Zaza. He
Okay.
played with the Sassuolo.
Okay.
So Sassuolo they produce a lot of young players,
Right. Well,
and let's hope they can feed the Italian national team.
right.
Hey, Vincenzo,
Okay.
the keeper for Milan, the 16-year-old
Donnarumma.
kid,
Donnarumma.
is he? So here's my answer. He's Italian.
He's Italian.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's
They
Italian.
calling him up. They calling him up for the national team.
No, he's too young, John.
He's too young?
He's only 17. He was 17 last month.
Yeah. He just
Yeah,
turned.
but
He
you see
just.
the way the kid's playing.
Oh, he won't. He doesn't have a shot right now with Conti and Buffon there.
You got Conte, you got Surigo, and you got the goalkeeper from Genoa, Perin.
Okay, so Vincenzo, Italy is playing Spain Thursday in a friendly game.
No, friendly game. If you have a dollar, you can put your dollar on an Italian team.
But why are they playing Buffon? Why is Buffon on the team? If it's a friendly game.
He wants to beat all kinds of records. Every time you beat a record, you're talking about money.
Yeah, but a friendly. This is the time to let the other guys get their share to go. And even here in the U.S., you got Guzan plays. You got Robles that'll play. Nick Raimondo will play. It's not always Howard. It's not. They're giving everybody a chance to see
Right.
in the friendlies.
Right.
And when it counts is when you got to go with who it's got to go with. But they got. I love Gigi, but
I do too.
You got to give somebody. The only way you're going to get a shot is if
See, Francesco's
get him
from
in there.
Sassuolo, that's the team we were just talking about.
Buffon will start, maybe half hour later it comes out, and this way it goes on his
Genoa.
record book.
Paris.
He starts the games for the Italian
I don't know who he is.
If you beat the record, you get an extra $1 million.
All right, Vincenzo, who's Salvatore from Paris Saint-Germain, goalkeeper?
Surigo.
Yeah, who is he? Is he any?
He used to play with Palermo.
Okay.
He went to Paris Saint-Germain. He used to play with the Palermo when Palermo, when it was in Serie A, like fighting for, I guess, top fifth or sixth place. So Surigo is a good player. I like him, but Buffon, of course, he's the senior
Yeah.
player.
So Vincenzo, right now there's no backup. The Italian national team doesn't have any backup goalie. It's Buffon or whoever else.
Yeah, Buffon, and usually on this type of games, they call 3 goalies. One is Buffon, Surigo, and Perin. Perin
Right.
is a young kid who's playing for Genoa.
All right, but what I'm saying is every time the national team plays, there's different backup goalies.
Right.
They don't have one backup.
It's not the
like
same.
I'm the
Right.
starter, and you're always,
But the steady backup should be Surigo. Then
Surigo.
I call just to see, just in case. How many times you're ready to leave to go to France, and something happens to the goalie, second goalie. You have to have right away the third or the fourth goalie ready
Right.
to have
Right.
a standby call.
Right. See, to
That
me,
happened many times before.
for me, Vincenzo, I'd rather see you give. If you're saying that the backup is Sirigu, I'd make him the starter. Throw the Perine as the backup, and then throw this kid Donnarumma in there, and let him be the third. You let him be the third keeper, gets to train with them a little bit.
yeah.
Well, Donnarumma, I would say, remember, he's only 17. He has, before he reaches 20s, he's gonna have a lot of. When you get.
He's the future.
No, I get it.
Let's hope.
I tell
Let's
you.
hope.
I get it,
Yeah.
but you know what? Buffon has nothing but great things to say about this kid, and you got to let him get the chance. Let him get a taste. He's playing. From what I hear, he's lighting it up, playing where he's playing in
Milan.
In Milan.
Yeah. Like I say, he started when he was 16 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vincenzo, you know what? Since Conte already announced that he's leaving in June, right?
Well, it's not 100%. Definitely, that's
I know.
what they say.
I know. I'm hearing now. There's other teams now that are interested, but he's leaving for sure, because he did say in the report that he wants to be on a day-to-day basis coaching.
He wants to go on a Premier Soccer League.
Right, but he wants to coach day-to-day. He doesn't want to do the national team where it's almost like a part-time.
Right. Okay.
So he does want to go. He's not going to be He's not going to be coaching the national team. He's going to be somewhere. Safe to say that. Now, who's going to take over this team, the national team?
If you ask me, who I like it, my favorite is Donadoni.
Okay, Donadoni, fine. Now,
Roberto Donadoni.
oh, that's another buddy of Buffon, probably.
Probably.
Right? It's another. See, what has to happen for Buffon to be out, and I don't want him to go, but eventually you got to look at somebody else, right? You got to start putting another goalie in there. You have to have a coach come in that's not going to be buddy with Gigi.
Right.
The only one who be
guy that's
Capello
gonna-
from Russia.
Oh,
Capello.
yeah. Well,
If
so
he
you're
comes
saying
back-
everybody in Italy, everybody in Italy is favoring Buffon, right? Pretty much.
I would say yes.
When you've been around, when you're 38
and
years
listen,
old
and-
and been around this long, I guess you got all these good friends.
But when it's not about him, it's about the team, the game. But I guess I can understand. And I love the guy. Don't get me wrong. But I got to see who's going to be next when this guy is gone.
Well,
That's right.
No,
I mean, how come we can figure this out and they
Brian, the Italian national team goalkeeper was never a problem. They always had great Zoff.
Yeah.
Not this Buffon. It was another Buffon, his uncle, in the 50s. He played with Milan. Gatesy, Zoff, Sarti, Negri, always the goalkeeper's not a problem for the
Okay.
talented. The
All right.
problem is the offensive line.
Okay.
Even Buffon at his age, is still. Right now doesn't make no difference if Surigo plays Buffon because the goalkeeper, they're all good.
So they're not worried about it.
They're not worried
All
about
right.
the
So
goalie.
if they're not worried, we're not going to worry about
Yeah,
it.
So,
the problem is the offensive. They need
Right.
a steady score.
John's friend that plays on Toronto FC here, Javenko, they're going to bring him back? They're going to bring him over to play for the national team?
Conte loves Jovinko, loves Pirlo.
Well, because of the Juventus connection.
Juventus a tie
That's the Juventus connection.
connection there.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
You
but,
think they're going to bring him back? You think he's going to invite him to play?
he did the last time. I didn't see the people that. But the friendly game, usually friendly game, everything goes. Just they want to see other kids. But doesn't mean even though if Jovinko wasn't called this time, that doesn't mean that the next
Right.
time we will be called.
Right, right.
So
And
this
this
is
is right.
friendly game. It just it's, let's see a couple of guys from Sassuolo, from a guys from Brian. In Italy, there are two guys. One guy is playing with Empoli. His name is Macaroni. Another
Macaroni.
guy who plays with Carpi, Lasagna. So, pasta fagioli.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I guess you go with your friends.
Right? It's,
But I would definitely take Javinko on the national team. He's a threat.
You
He's
got
definitely
to.
a threat.
I
He's
mean, they
definitely
do
a
it.
threat.
I hate that they do it all the time. We got
Yeah.
guys that are playing overseas now
Yeah.
that come back to play with the
Yeah.
U.S. men's national team.
But now, what does that do? MLS is going to be a joke this summer.
Well, it's going to be
They're
bad.
taking whatever best national team players, right?
Mm-hmm.
The United States is in the Copa
The
America.
Copa America.
So all the best Americans are right.
Right,
are
they're going.
The Italians are going to go if they pick.
Right, everybody else's season ends. The season ends
Right.
over in
in
Europe.
the
so-
season ends end of May, mid-May,
Right.
and we're in the middle of our season with all these big tournaments going on around the world.
I look at it as an opportunity, too, for the younger kids to play.
Yeah. All right. Look
You
at that.
will say,
But
Brian,
what kind of
anytime,
player are we going to get?
anytime, any team, and even myself, even Brian. Say Brian last Saturday, if you have a good coaches, you find a position for each player. You give me unknown players, and they know basically the skill a little bit. Give me a couple of months. You find everybody a position,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and then the coach will make a difference. Like I told you, Brian, not because I don't want to sound like, but I know you had your team well positioned. Everybody knew their roles, their assignment. That was great. I mean, that's what the coach will do. We'll find a position. You give me Jovin, you give me anybody. Give me a couple of months. I guarantee you, we're gonna go far.
It's kind
Right.
of tough. It's tough
Right.
to do that when you're taking your best players off the team. It's tough. It's not easy. to
No,
do.
it's not,
not
and,
easy to
and it
replace
is going to
them.
water down.
Yep.
I mean, it can't get any worse than well, it can.
All right, we'll go over that.
It can get worse than it is.
You know what? Let's
but
bring on. We got a special guest here tonight. Let's bring on Hector. I know he's a soccer guy. He's definitely a soccer guy. He came down in the early days of Richmond Town Rush. I think there's a mic right over there, Hector. Him and Jamie came down to the field. We were doing a practice. Vincenzo, we got Hector also joining us.
Hey, Hector.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm kneeling here like I'm in church right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's a
Oh, this
stool
is
there,
the seat.
but
Yeah, okay.
there you go. Yeah, there you go.
No matter how I do it, I don't win.
Just
Don't
tilt
worry
it
about
down
it.
on
Are
it.
you using your new microphone that you brought from home?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you could sing a song over there, Hector, over there.
Yeah, hopefully, look at me with my legs spread. I can't do that either. I'll
No.
do this instead.
So, Vincenzo, what else we got going on before we got to cover a bunch of things here? As far as Italy goes, we covered the national team. I think Germany we spoke about is the pick to win that tournament, right?
Well, Germany is always strong every tournament they go to.
Yeah,
So if you have to put a cup of coffee, put on Germany.
for Germany. For now, right now it's
Yeah.
Germany, right? Okay, so you're gonna watch Thursday. We got the Italy-Spain, right? Friendly.
Well, John, even if it's a friendly game, I mentioned many times before, even I tell the younger players that the game of soccer, it's playing, watching the games, participate. That's how you learn. Not only by playing, also by watching.
Yes.
You're watching the
Yep.
game, so I could do same thing. Or maybe when I go to practice, I'll try to do the same exercise, the same passing. So, and that's what I always tell the kids. The game is not only playing, also watching and listening.
Okay, Vincenzo, any last words for Vincenzo?
No, just thank you again. We had a really fun time, Vincenzo.
Thank you, Brian, and
Listen.
you have my number.
Vincenzo, we need you
maybe
in the
Brian.
studio. We need you in the studio. It's too bad, well, we're going to work on that.
Brian,
You know.
usually the
I
last.
think we're going to send the Staten Island Soccer Report limo. We got to make one. We got to get you down there.
Anyway, Brian, before
Yes.
we say goodbye, in June, sometime in June, probably the last week in June, we're gonna have most likely a picnic in the Verrazano field.
Oh, nice.
We could do a scrimmage. Your team is part of the picnic.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Brian,
great.
so we keep in touch on that.
Definitely. That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Sounds
All
good.
right, Vincenzo, thank
okay,
you.
everybody, good listening. Hector, keep up the good work over there.
Just stepped away. All right. All right,
Ciao.
Vincenzo, thank you again for
Bye-bye.
calling in. All right?
Okay.
Take care,
I'll see you.
Vincenzo.
Bye, Johnny.
Okay, Vincenzo. Ciao. Vincenzo Torzo, with his Italian background.
That's it. He gave us
Yeah.
everything we needed to know.
Yeah, Serie A.
He
you know,
gave
if
us
you need-
everything we needed to know.
Right. Okay, again, let's, we got,
Should I do my famous?
yeah, you know what? Hector, the famous goal call, all right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah,
And we also got Jamie
Yeah,
from
yeah,
In the
yeah.
Bleachers. This
Oh,
guy's
okay.
just fresh off the show, right?
yeah.
How'd it
Just
go?
ended it a few minutes ago. It was really good.
What do
was
you got there? What
exhausting.
is that? Oh, it's a baseball. I thought it was a Copa
Oh.
yeah,
America.
this
Yeah,
is
it's
the
a Copa.
Dominican Republic
Soccer
World
team.
Baseball Classic.
Soccer
Yeah.
team. Just say soccer.
Soccer. It's a soccer
There you go.
show,
There you go.
man.
They do have soccer though.
They
I
do,
know
yeah.
that you got soccer, but you're in a soccer show.
Exactly.
So why don't you say this is a soccer hat?
Because it's not a soccer hat. I'm calling it as I see it.
Exactly.
You see what I have to work with?
Yeah, I
anyway,
mean-
here's the thing. On his show, on my show, that used to be his show. I gave him my show.
Still my show.
After all those years, I used to have a call that every time we started, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Because every time we talked about soccer, especially on Staten Island,
Yeah.
because we don't get enough recognition on Staten Island.
No.
Staten Island, believe it or not, I know you've talked about it plenty of times.
Yeah.
Staten Island is growing, it's feeding soccer. There's a lot of fields now
Yes, it
that
is.
are competing with soccer now. Now, I don't know about the adults so much because in my neighborhood, we used to play soccer in the neighborhood, down the hills area.
Yeah.
There used to be. But ready?
Yeah, I'm
For
ready.
old time's sake, I'll do this one time and then I'm leaving.
All right.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
leaving.
Yeah, we definitely got to
I'm
hear the
lose
goal
my breath.
call.
So for the viewers that are out there that like the goal, and I hope you like it too.
There it is. There's the goal call. Gentlemen, thank you.
Oh,
And,
thanks,
and
man.
again, I want to thank you guys again for coming out to Miller Field at one of our practices and taping it, and participating also.
That was
alright?
fun.
We'll try and get that.
We loved it.
We'll try and get that
That's
Now,
going
let
again.
me ask you, who's better? Man.
Well, I think it was a tie.
No, I don't think
it
it
was
was.
a tie.
I was trying to get the ball.
I
was
think it was
knocking
a
him off his
tie.
feet.
Way
I was
to be
knocking him off his
diplomatic.
feet.
Tie, and
No,
then
no,
we'll
there's
go for
no
the rematch.
diplomacation. If he can say he has a foot.
Did you just say diplomation?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, brother.
You should not, after what he
All
said
right,
about
that's
the
it. No
cap.
more of this for you.
After what he said about the cap, no. You should be saying that I was. Because I was doing the drills like everybody
Yep,
else.
yeah,
And
definitely.
also, I was knocking his feet out like a good soccer player is supposed to do.
Yeah.
And tugging on his shirt when I'm not supposed to.
You're just bad.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
You got to be a good actor to be a good
Exactly,
soccer player.
Yes.
exactly.
Definitely.
But,
All right, we're gonna
you
finish
take
up
it
here,
on.
guys. We got about 15 more to go.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
gentlemen.
again,
Thank you.
Jamie. Good job on your show.
Thank you.
And Hector, hold on before you go. The name of your show. What time is it on?
Sundays, 11 o'clock, Home Invaders.
Home Invaders.
Yes.
Okay.
Home Invaders variety show.
All right.
And it's time for me to go.
Yeah, he's got the Home Invaders. I don't know if you want to. get too much with that one.
Yeah,
It's,
that's
you know, home invaded, not by Hector. Anyway, yeah, let's just get back right into this. All right, I guess we could go to MLS.
Oh.
We covered.
well, you've
US
attended your first MLS game now.
Yeah.
So
speaking
now
of that-
now you could take over the whole MLS thing because you're on the NYCFC bandwagon.
Yeah, you know what? And you know why I like
I
New
know.
York City. I like them for
The old guy with the cane, the guy who plays the middle.
exactly, and the way seeing him live, and I know it's a small field, and you know they need a field. We know that, but he was like so up close, and the calmness
Right.
that he has is even more when you're seeing him live. And yep, I'm wearing the jersey. I definitely following. The game was 2-2. I went to see the home opener. With Toronto, and got to see Javinko at the same time. Wasn't rooting for him at that game. I didn't want him winning anything, but he did score the tying goal.
Right.
So as far as that goes, New York City, again, like we've spoken in the past, goalkeeping issue and defense.
Yeah.
So they need to address those two issues along with a stadium.
But playing on a small, and you think that playing on a smaller field, your defense would be able to do something.
No.
But it's
not working out for them. Even last season, it didn't
no,
work
it's
out
not.
for them, so.
And it all comes down to, I'm just not a Josh Saunders fan. I
Yeah,
don't think he's
yeah.
the answer.
Yeah. He was with the Red Bulls, right?
No, that was not him.
Not him, okay.
It was the other guy. There was the backup.
He's not a starting goalkeeper, but then again, we're talking about the MLS,
Right.
And this is what they got. This is what the league,
Mm-hmm.
could produce for you. So we got Tim Howard.
He's coming back.
He
It's announced.
right?
Yep.
Yesterday they announced
And I think that's going to be great.
that they should play in this country. All right, they should. All the American national team players should be here.
Well, and they listen. I don't blame him. It's just
No.
like going.
Right.
They paid him big money
Yep.
for 13 years. He got paid big money.
Yep. No,
You
you
know.
can't blame him for that. But if this league is going to, if you want to build on it, the best players have to come here.
Well, there's a lot more to building on it than I like the Europeans coming over
Right.
because it brings that flavor of the game into this. You watch. It's just a different. There's no rhythm sets in. There's no
Right,
rhythm
right.
to an MLS game.
Yep.
There just is. It's kick and chase. It really is. It's like it's kick and chase. They
Now-
send a long ball and they send them off running.
Are you okay with the Europeans coming after their career is over?
I'd rather see them come at a younger age.
Why can't we get a Messi here now? Or
Right.
Cristiano? Get them
You know,
here now.
get 'em here and-
Whatever it takes.
But
Give them
again,
whatever.
a lot of these guys also playing at so young overseas that what's Pielo 30, 36, 30,
Yeah,
36.
Right. He's
Granted,
done.
he's old. He's been
Yeah,
playing for so
right.
many,
Yeah.
but he's still got for this league. He's got some years
For this
left in him.
league, right.
But if we can get a Javinko, he's
Yeah,
in his,
but
what is he in his late 20s?
Javinko wasn't a big. Yeah, he wasn't a big star there.
No, but if you can get
Right, yeah.
something here,
Yeah.
you know what? Don't take their big stars because you're not going to get the big stars coming, in my opinion,
No.
until they run
they're
their
done.
course.
Right.
And then they're going to
done.
say, "Oh, we need you to come play, and we're going to pay you a nice chunk of change."
Yeah.
Just imagine what they're going to pay at the time. They're going to pay Ronaldo or Messi to come and play here, if that's the case.
Yeah. And I think Ronaldo will be here.
Yeah, you offer him enough money.
I think he'll be here at the end when he's done over there with.
I mean, you just the sport, the league here. I'd like to see them take hold and make it like overseas. You know, we got MLS, and that's it. There's no
NASL.
relegation. There's
NASL.
it's MLS, USL,
Right.
then the
NASL.
then the NASL. You know, why can't the United States Soccer go in and say the federation say, let's create Serie A, Serie B, and go from there and promote within. You know, you get relegated. Give them something to play for.
In Italy, I believe they have. It starts from like C,
Okay.
and then
I mean,
they work their
look,
way up.
you bust my chops about the Red Bulls all the time. How many, supporter shields? And I agree with you. Supporter shield means nothing.
Well,
It means nothing. You got to win. There's no supporter shield overseas.
No.
They play, Spain. They'll play their Copa
different-
their Copa del Rey.
right.
Copa Italy.
Couple of
and they'll play those, and that's for the national. We have the U.S. Open Cup,
right.
but
They got the
You-
Champions
you've-
League, right?
and they have the CONCACAF Champions
CONCACAF,
League.
right.
But MLS, typical Americanized sport. You know, we got a playoffs, and no, there's no play.
No,
you
if
win
they-
the
right,
league, you
yeah.
win the league.
What do they got? MLS 20 teams now?
What do we got? 9, 10, 20 teams.
We got 20. So put them all in one. Put them all in one.
Just
and
like
let
they
'em
do.
play.
That's how they do it. That's how it's done, and you go from there.
They look to stretch it out, I think, and it's
Well,
more money.
yeah, I mean-
more games is more money.
And it's Americanized sport, and I get it. You know, I've been been to the games. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
We start in April, March. They started in March,
Right.
MLS, and they
Yeah.
go till November.
November now, right?
They go till November.
Yeah.
You know,
Or is it December?
no,
Was
it's
it December?
November. No,
Is it
it's November.
Right. Yeah.
But again,
Yeah. It's,
and then and that's dragged out because playoffs.
Right.
You know, who made the playoffs and who.
There was something this past season that held the MLS Cup final a week later.
That I don't
There
remember.
was something, maybe a national team.
Could have been
game,
something.
Right?
But again, you hit it on the head. The sport's going to water down. The season's
right.
going to get watered down when it's Copa America, and then any of the overseas.
Well, Copa America is the biggest thing because we have all these type of players that play in this league.
Right.
From South America, right?
Right. Pretty much there's a lot. I mean, the MLS is made up of a lot of South American
Yep,
players.
Yep. So who's going to watch the MLS in the summertime? Who's going to watch that? When
Yeah.
you could see Honduras playing, the United States,
Right.
or whoever's playing.
Right.
Argentina's going to be playing.
Now, if you're in the mood to sit on a Saturday or Sunday and watch a bunch of soccer, you'll get it. You'll get it from that up into the MLS stuff, but you don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
No,
It's not going to be
it's
good
not.
soccer. I mean, giving the young guys a chance, fine. But who you're going to pay top? Are you going to let them? Are you going to cut the tickets in
Well,
half?
Of
Ticket
course,
price?
we know that's not going to happen.
All right, so
You know, we being involved with the girls' soccer, and my two daughters, we follow the women's national team, but the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League, as well.
right,
It happened last year with the World Cup.
right.
We watched plenty of games. I took the Freedom and another team, Fusion. We went to
Jersey.
to see the Sky Blue.
Right.
They played the Western New York Flash, but it was just after the World Cup. So you had, you got lucky. We got, girls got to walk out with Christy Rampone.
Right.
Couple. But leading up to that, we went to a game early in the season, just me and my girls, and there was no, we went to see Seattle Reign. The starting goalkeeper for
Right.
Seattle Reign is Hope Solo.
Yep.
But they were leading up to World Cup, so she wasn't there. But you got to see some other goalies, some other players. That's
Right, I
different.
mean-
But now here,
I think with the women's team, it's a little different. Even the backups over there, I'd watch.
it's
me, right?
the talent pool is really in tight with the
Right,
women's team.
right.
You got the Hope Solo, but then you have that next backup could start on any
Right.
other team.
Right. Right.
So
I'll give you one team for example, like in the MLS, Toronto. You got Bradley, Altidore, and Jovinko.
right off the bat,
If Jovinko goes to the Italian national team for the summer, he's for a month. What's that team gonna do?
right? Well, that happened
Top
last.
three players.
It happened last year when they would do I should say 2 years ago, right? It was 2 years ago for the men's World Cup.
Yeah.
It happened to
A lot
to
of the
Toronto. They lost Altidore. They
Right.
lost, Bradley. Sporting Kansas City lost, Matt Beasler. The goalies go. It's
in Europe, in Italy, I know when the national team plays, Serie A shuts down
right.
because of the players being
You can't-
pulled. They're playing.
Can't
they're being
you
pulled.
shut
It's
it down
not
for
fair.
2-3 weeks?
I don't think it's fair to show fans these
Right.
teams without their best players. I don't think it's fair.
No, I think it doesn't even. You see it when they overseas in England when they have their FA Cups. There's no Premier League games going on. The Premier
right.
League's done. Those teams are playing in the
I
FA
agree.
Cup.
I agree with it. You think the MLS will shut down for a month?
No, not going to happen.
No way. It won't happen.
Not going to
They
happen.
make up the games during the week
They won't.
because that's what they'll do in Italy, or they'll make up games during the week for
Right.
these teams.
Right.
But
or
not
they
gonna
play the
happen yet.
depth of their roster. They, you got some reserve players that are playing in a game. You see it, but I don't know what to expect.
The top divisions in Europe shut down when the national teams play. But you know what? Let's just wrap up the show with the national team, with the U.S. national team. I mean, what's their roster look like? I don't even know. Maybe
I didn't even look at it,
No?
to be honest with you. I didn't look at it, but I could tell you this: with the recent emergence of of Tim Howard coming back from overseas, I saw it somewhere, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it was with him.
he's starting.
No, not that he
No.
started. He goes, coming back home to Colorado,
Right.
Opens me up for the men's national team again.
Right. Well,
And that's exactly it. Now it's not, he's older. He's in his late 30s. He's, every time he's got to come back for something for the men's national team, he's got to fly
right,
in.
Right.
So
Well,
now if you're here,
You're
allows you to be
You're with the
a
team.
little more in
Right.
shape.
I mean, I haven't seen him play recently, but
He
I
hasn't
think,
played a lot.
but I still think he's got to be a pick. If he's fit, he's got to
gotta
be the
play.
starter. Right. Well, now he's going to be playing.
Right. Now he's getting to play and he's back playing. I'm sure Colorado isn't bringing him back to be a backup.
No,
You're not bringing him back to be a backup.
can't.
And
I wish we would have got that. I wish New York would have got him.
I know. That
Yeah, that would have been.
that would have been nice.
Yeah, in New York, he's from
Just to,
Jersey.
he's from Jersey.
Oh, that
Just to
would've
see him back, to come back, but he may not have.
The
He
Red
may
Bulls
not have
a
done
good
that.
keeper, so.
No, but it's not just that. Knowing that he was original Metro Stars,
Yep.
he may not have come back to go there. Who knows? There could
Either
have been.
or, either one of the teams.
But
think.
I think, with regards to, and I know we're getting ready to wrap up, but
Yeah.
with regards to the roster,
Okay.
I believe definitely Bradley.
Yeah.
I know Altidore. I think DeAndre Yedlin's playing.
Right.
He left. Yeah, he left. A quality player. He went overseas to Tottenham.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
he
I
left.
saw that.
So I don't know really who else. I was watching the Sporting Kansas City game last night, and they mentioned Beasler. He's probably going.
Yeah.
As far as keepers, I don't know.
All right.
That I don't
he's
know.
giving us a signal to start wrapping up.
Okay.
Before we go, I mean, this Copa America, right? If the U.S. falls on its face, so to speak, and doesn't get out, it's a group stage,
I know where you're
right?
going
It's a
with
group
it.
stage, right?
Mhm.
So you know where I'm going. What do we do? I mean, do you get rid of him? Do you fire him? How do you go about this? Because you got the World Cup qualifiers, right?
I think how it's going to go is this is going to decide the American players he keeps or not.
Okay.
The homegrown.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that's the music, Brian. And
There it
again,
is.
I mean, the show with Vincenzo. We had Jamie on. Hector. This show flies by. Until next month, we'll.
And next month we'll have
Next month, the season. Right.
next month we'll have some real games to
Right.
speak about.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Staten Island Soccer Report. We'll see you guys soon.
Porta, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore. Non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, Bari nel nostro cuore. Non ti lasceremo da sola, mai. Quanti viaggi con gli amici, tanti posti sconosciuti, tutti uniti innamorati di un sogno. Canto sempre con orgoglio, anche quando sono stanco, mai nessuno può distruggere il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore. lasceremo